She was the face of innocence, and yet the center of countless scandals. At age 12, Brooke Shields was already starring in a film some critics wanted banned. By 15, she was telling the world that nothing came between her and her genes. Was she a bold trailblazer or a child pushed too far? In this story, we uncover the controversies that shaped Brooke Shields, from shocking film roles to explosive ad campaigns, and find out how she survived a media hurricane that could have destroyed her future. Welcome to the turbulent rise of one of Hollywood's youngest icons. Picture this: a shy girl in the late 1970s, just 12 years old, suddenly splashed across headlines for starring in a movie so provocative that critics openly called it child exploitation. This was Brooke Shields, an innocent face thrust into an adult world. How did it happen, and why wasn't anyone stopping it? It all begins with Terry Shields, Brooke's mother and de facto manager. A former model herself, Terry once told People magazine in 1978, "I wanted my daughter to have opportunities I never had." Some hailed that as supportive parenting. Others saw it as a dangerous obsession with fame. Even Brooke later admitted, "My mother never sugarcoated how hard this industry could be," hinting at the pressure she felt early on. By the time Brooke could form sentences, Terry was booking her in soap commercials, calculating every step towards stardom. Then came Pretty Baby, 1978. Brooke was only 12, portraying a child living in a brothel. Outrage thundered from conservative groups. Was this legitimate art or a harmful spectacle? Late-night talk shows debated if Terry Shields should be investigated. In an archived interview, Terry responded, "I trust her directors. They know what they're doing," sparking even more controversy. And Brooke? She appeared calm, politely answering reporters who pried into themes far too mature for someone her age. The film wrapped, but a storm was just beginning. For a moment, Brooke went back to being a regular kid, or tried to. She returned to school, attempted to blend in, while that swirl of media chatter started to die down. Then came an even bigger role. In 1980, 14-year-old Brooke starred in The Blue Lagoon, a story of two castaways exploring nature and each other. Parents panicked. Should a teenage actress be filmed in romantic, semi-nude scenes? The backlash was fiery and immediate, yet ticket sales soared. The movie, made on a modest budget of $4.5 million, grossed $58.8 million in North America alone, making it the 9th highest grossing film of the year. Critics might have dismissed it. Roger Ebert even called it the dumbest movie of the year. But controversy plus Brooke Shields equaled box office gold. The more people argued about whether the film was tasteless or artistic, the more audiences flocked to see it. During one press appearance, a visibly uncomfortable Brooke was asked if the scenes embarrassed her. Her mother stepped in, saying, "She's a professional," as Brooke sat quietly. Audiences argued, was she truly okay with this, or was she simply too young to question the machine around her? The film's release calmed down after a while, and for a split second, you might think Brooke's life would become less turbulent, except the Calvin Klein ads changed everything again. By age 15, Brooke was at the center of an ad campaign that some TV stations refused to air. In the now infamous spot, she declared, "You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing." Outrage exploded. Religious groups demanded the ads be pulled. Parents declared them indecent. In a 1980 television interview, Calvin Klein himself defended the campaign. Brooke represents a bold new generation. She's fearless, and that's what fashion should be. But behind the scenes, Brooke felt the pressure intensify. She later confessed to Rolling Stone, "I didn't fully grasp how controversial those lines would be. It was like a storm I couldn't control." Sales of the jeans skyrocketed, and suddenly Brooke became the face of 1980s teen sexuality. Talk shows dissected her every move. Tabloids speculated about her personal life, and moral watchdogs denounced her mother for pimping her daughter. The controversy turned Brooke into a cultural phenomenon and a lightning rod for every debate about decency in advertising. The media buzz reached a crescendo, and eventually, like all tornadoes, it had to slow down, if only to gather energy for the next wave. But in the brief lull, Brooke tried to live like a normal teen again. She still went to classes, she still had homework. Photographers, however, lay in wait outside the school gates. Whispered rumors claimed Brooke was tired, but she wanted a real adolescence, free from photographers and scandal. Then, the biggest battle surfaced. Should Brooke keep going or break away? Hollywood wanted her in more daring projects. Terry saw a lucrative path. Why stop now, when the name Brooke Shields sold magazines and movie tickets by the truckload? But Brooke, on the cusp of adulthood, yearned for more control. In one candid conversation reported by a family friend, Brooke allegedly said, "I can't keep doing this unless I have a say in it." Rumors spread of arguments between Brooke and her mother. Friends described Brooke as exhausted. Yet the offers kept piling up. Roles that tested boundaries. The next big ad campaign that would spark even louder debates. And that begs the question, how does a 15-year-old stand up to an entire industry and her own mother when her life has always revolved around the spotlight? Shockingly, Brooke made her move. She enrolled at Princeton University. This decision blindsided much of Hollywood. Terry, who had guided her every step, reportedly tried to dissuade her from throwing away her career. But Brooke insisted. She told Entertainment Tonight, "I needed to be seen for who I was, not just what I'd done." College felt like the only chance to find that. It was a turning point. The all-consuming controversies slowed. Brooke stepped away from scandalous scripts and high-pressure shoots. Tabloids still followed her, but not with the same fiery obsession. How do you sensationalize someone quietly studying French literature on a peaceful campus? So, did Brooke Shields fade into obscurity? Hardly. She emerged from Princeton a young woman armed with education and a sharper sense of self. She made calculated returns to the entertainment world, TV roles, Broadway appearances, and talk show guest spots, all on her own terms. No more child star as media spectacle. In interviews years later, Brooke was asked how she managed to escape the fate of many child stars. She quoted her own mother's early advice: "You either let the business run you, or you learn to run it." That line is loaded with irony. Terry's ambitions may have started the runaway train, but Brooke herself ultimately chose when to jump off. She took the reins, shaped her next chapter, and proved that survival in Hollywood is not just about beauty or hype. It's about knowing who you are when the cameras stop rolling. And that's why people still search Brooke Shields young, decades later. Those images aren't just nostalgic fashion statements from the 80s. They're snapshots of a girl navigating conflicts that would break most adults. Every film role, every photo shoot, every ad campaign sparked a national conversation about exploitation, fame, and parental responsibility. Yet, through it all, Brooke somehow held on, long enough to say, "I'm more than just a controversial teen star." In the end, Brooke's story is a testament to the delicate balance between childhood dreams, parental ambition, and an industry that profits from pushing boundaries. If you think you know her just from that "nothing comes between me and my Calvin" slogan, think again. Because behind those iconic images lies a journey of survival, self-discovery, and the power to walk away, if only you can find the courage.